The Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions will please come to order. Senator Murray and I will each have an opening statement. Then I will introduce the witnesses whom we welcome today. Then we'll hear from the witnesses, as I said, and then senators will have each have 5 minutes to ask questions. We have a full house of guests in the audience, and I welcome you here. We're glad you're here. This is part of your right as an American citizen. You can expect vigorous back and forth among the senators. That's the nature of this committee. We have different points of view, but I would ask that those in the audience respect the rules of the Senate in terms of no applause or demonstrations or comments during the hearing. Candace Hines, a kindergarten teacher in Memphis, recently wrote in the Memphis Commercial Appeal the following: "This year, Tennessee schools will begin to implement our state's new education plan under the Every Student Succeeds Act, which we call ESSA. Unlike the previous education law, No Child Left Behind, ESSA gives Tennessee more autonomy to design policies to meet the needs of our state's students," she wrote. "ESSA empowers Tennessee with a responsibility to decide how to close achievement gaps, improve schools, and make sure that all our children succeed. Reaching the point of fixing No Child Left Behind took 7 years of congressional efforts, 27 hearings, and a 3-day markup in this committee where we considered 57 amendments. The consensus this committee reached was this: continue the law's important measurements of academic progress of students, but restore to states what to do about that progress. The Every Student Succeeds Act gave Tennessee, in Candace's words, quote, a real opportunity for our state to build on that progress we've made and enact change, especially in traditionally underserved communities," unquote. Today, I look forward to hearing how Nebraska, South Carolina, and Delaware are taking advantage of that opportunity. Under ESSA, in order to receive over $18 billion in annual federal funding, states have the opportunity to design their own state plan that includes setting academic goals for students, measuring schools' performance, and deciding how to fix failing schools. In the words of 2 Memphis teachers, Soya Moore and Jessica Hertley, quote, ESSA put issues such as teacher evaluations, student assessments, and school reform directly into the hands of state education departments and school districts. ESSA provides a window of opportunity for teachers to get in on the policy discussion and the law's implementation planning. Today, 49 states, plus the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico, have had their plan approved by the U.S. Department of Education. Last October, this committee held a hearing to hear from state education chiefs in 3 states, Tennessee, Louisiana, and New Mexico, that were among the best at making the most of the new law by designing innovative plans. For example, we heard from Tennessee Education Commissioner Candace McQueen about the state's development and use of a Ready Graduate Indicator that will evaluate students' readiness for college, career, or the military service. And this past spring, students in grades 3 to 8 and high school took the federally required tests in reading, mathematics, and science, giving states under these new plans new data. This gives that new data a chance to see how students are making progress toward the new academic achievement goals that each state has set. Some states, such as Idaho, North Dakota, and Texas, are starting to data through their state-designed accountability systems and have released lists of schools identified for support and improvement. All states are working to produce these new lists, and then we'll begin to work with local districts to improve these schools. Today, we will hear specifically from 3 states who, based upon my review of the plans, have also taken advantage of the flexibility we encouraged under the law to design innovative plans. For example, South Carolina is using flexibility provided under ESSA to use some of its Title I money to fund programs for high school students to take dual credit classes, or for students to receive extra math or reading help at after-school programs. Nebraska's ESSA plan includes a statewide database so teachers can access best practices, share information with each other, and work together. And Delaware's accountability system includes a college and career preparedness indicator, which will measure the percentage of high school students who have successfully taken advanced classes or had technical skills training that will prepare them for success after graduation. Former North Carolina teacher and principal Allison Welcher recently wrote, quote, "Ultimately, these plans are just writing on paper. The most important work states will undertake comes during the next phase, implementation. We are at a tipping point. States have an exceptional opportunity to use their authority to set a high bar for those who have the privilege of leading our nation's schools. The Every Student Succeeds Act puts states back in the driver's seat for decisions on how to help their students, and I'm eager to see what this new chapter holds for our nation's students." Senator Murray.
Well, thank